A money-making stock strategy in only 1 week. Is this possible? Well, if you're just getting started in the markets and if you're looking how to learn, my goal with this video is show you how to learn from a broad sense right from the start. Because if you go down the pathway that this person goes down, and I'm going to use a YouTube comment that I got, and I had a conversation with this person, but there's several little lessons within it. But at the core, I want you as somebody that's just getting started, and like I said, that you want to learn. And the big part of how to learn at the core is let's just keep expectations in line with reality. Let's not deceive ourselves, which can happen a lot and which happens a lot. And I get it. That's just me saying that, but that's why I want to use a real life example here from somebody that shows how this can take shape in the real world. So how do you learn? Let me just offer you up the get-go in case you're like actually here thinking, wow, this guy's going to tell me how to start making money in 1 week. No, you're not going to learn how to make a money-making strategy in 1 week. I don't care what people tell you. If somebody's trying to tell you that, please just run the other way, all right? So no, you can't get a consistent money-making strategy in 1 week. Now to offer up the context here, let me just read this YouTube comment that I got, and then I'll break it down some more. So this person says, I'd like to thank you. After consuming a lot of free content, including yours, and studying the market for a few weeks, my first trading week was profitable. Courses obviously have valuable information, but in my opinion, spending money on a course can be avoided by simply removing emotions, making a plan, and sticking to it. So, I kind of hinted, hopefully you caught up. Do you see a couple key phrases in there? So let's just set the context of what's going on. This person, did you catch the first thing? Has been studying the markets for 10 years, for 5 years, for 1 year, for 6 months, for even 1 month. No, a few weeks. A few weeks is what they've been doing. All right, so that's the backdrop. And then what has this few weeks led them to? Well, this few weeks has led them to what? I mean, congratulations to them. And I'm not trying to raid on anybody's parade, but if you have any amount of experience at all, you know what I'm talking about here is definitely true. But after a few weeks of studying the market, they had a profitable year. No, they didn't say that. Decade. No, they didn't say that. 6 months. No, they didn't say that. A profitable month. No, they didn't say that. A profitable week. As in 5 days. So 5 days. So knowing this is the case, let's just keep all of this in mind when it comes to this idea here. And don't worry, I'm not going to open this up into like a statistics class, but in statistics and probabilities and, number crunching, whatever you want to call it, you have something called a sample size. And the way I would say look at a sample size is this. So you have a big box, and then within this box, you have, now if I was an artiste, these would all be perfectly proportional, but I'm not going to be able to make it that way. But within this box, you have a whole bunch of smaller boxes. And again, if you've never traded, that's just your opinion. I mean, honestly, if you have traded for a while, comment down below. Is what I'm about to talk about, is this accurate? That way, people that are maybe hesitating, they can say, okay, yeah, this is. But within the world of trading, especially, again, with the context, after a few weeks, just a few weeks of studying the markets, and I don't even know what that necessarily means, they've had a profitable week. A week within the grand scheme of a trading career, a trading side hustle, a trading profession, whatever you want to look at it, is this right here. Actually, let me use another color just so it really stands out. Right here. And that's even probably being generous. My point here is that from a statistics jargon point of view, 1 week is a very, very small sample size. You can't really make any sort of determinations based on 1 week of profitability after studying the market for a few weeks. But welcome to the cruel world of the markets, where the markets absolutely love to create what I call fool's gold. And in fact, I'll put a video down below that I did, a couple years ago, where a bunch of people, they admitted to them, they emailed me in and they said, and they shared their experience with this exact phenomenon where they thought they had things figured out, but they really didn't. So yeah, they made some money. They had some profitable times. And all these people actually had more than one profitable week, which makes this example even crazier. But again, I'm not talking in theory. You saw it. But then they went on to disclose that they ended up losing all the money and gave it all back. Like I said, I'll put that link down below if you want to see some more examples of fool's gold and kind of see the outcomes of it. Because as of right now, yeah, this person is, they think they got it all figured out. And this is the side lesson here. And, would you take advice from somebody in the world of trading with this? They've been studying for a few weeks. They've had a profitable week, small sample size. I mean, would you take it? You're saying, Clay, I'm not an idiot. No, of course I wouldn't. But you see what they're doing? They're saying, hey, listen, you don't need courses, and that's fine. Maybe you've done it without a course. I'm not saying you actually need a course. My point is, does this person have any sort of framework, any sort of structure, any sort of actual data to stand upon to proclaim that you don't need a course? Or really to remove the course, just to make any sort of proclamations about anything? No, of course they don't. They're brand new as far as a big picture of trading is concerned. So that's why you got to be very careful. The lesson here being not go buy a course. The lesson being be very, very careful scrolling through social media, scrolling through the YouTube comment section, scrolling through really anything, talking to your Uncle Billy Bob, and he's making proclamations to you about the market in one form or another. Take a look back at the context. Do they really have the context, the backdrop to be able to offer you credible, wise bits of advice? Maybe. My point is at least consider it. But in this point, or in this example, this person has no ground to stand on to be making proclamations like they are. So you got to keep that in mind too. Hopefully you know that running around blindly following people on social media or message boards or blogs can be very, very dangerous because of this that exists right here. So no, you can't get a profitable strategy in 1 week. That's just not going to happen. And when you go into the world of learning, please, like I said, the best way, how do I learn? You learn by realizing this stuff takes time. It takes more than a few weeks. I know I sell courses. I know it would be much more profitable and much more easy of a sell if I were to say, yeah, take my courses, and it does only take a few weeks. I get it. I'm not that stupid. I know that would be the easy sales pitch, but at the core, you are going to learn the best by approaching this, realizing that this stuff takes more than a few weeks. It takes more than a few months, okay? To really get a good, solid, firm foundation, it's gonna take longer than a few weeks, one profitable week, to then just sit here and say, I got it figured out, and now I'm gonna start making proclamations about what have you. Again, in this situation, it was about courses, but in any proclamation, that's not who you wanna be listening to. So that is how you go out there and learn. You have realistic expectations. You don't allow yourself to go down this thought process. And like I said, I've seen this all the time. But and be honest with yourself, if you think that you are following some sort of same pathway, that's okay. I'm not judging you. I would say, hey, well done for admitting that to yourself. Well done for being self-aware that you're starting to tread on some very thin ice, because I don't want to see people lose money. But unfortunately, this person right here, they are in a rude awakening, and I linked them to that Fool's Gold video. I don't know if they ever went and watched it or not. If they did, hopefully I kind of maybe opened their eyes for them to maybe slow down, take a step back. But I would really encourage you to watch that Fool's Gold video. If you're still doubting me here, say, no, Clay, that's one person's example. And that's fine, I understand, but consider watching the video below about the Fool's Gold, and you'll see a lot more examples of it. So yeah, sorry, 1 week, a money-making strategy. Not going to happen, but if you want to learn how to trade properly, just understand, go into it with the mindset right from the get-go that it's going to take time. It's going to take more than a few weeks. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.